Um, but all right, guys, we're gonna close out the show with our last segment of the show. I guess you could call it our topic of the week. We're a couple of days late because this happened a few days ago on June 23rd, and at the time of this recording, it's June 30th. But this year marks the 25th anniversary of Sonic the Hedgehog-san, or Sonic the Hedgehog, for those who don't speak Japanese. And yeah, it's the 25th anniversary, quarter of a century. Sonic the Hedgehog as a franchise has been
Hmm.
out. Game came out June 23rd, 1991, for the Sega Genesis, the original Sonic the Hedgehog. The game that Sega, they had launched Genesis in 1989, and this was 2 years later. But the whole point of this launch in 1991 was to compete against the Super Nintendo, which also celebrates its 25th anniversary this year.
Hmm.
They wanted to directly compete against Super Nintendo with this new character. Like they got Super Mario World, we got Sonic the Hedgehog. This is our mascot now. Um, Dude, what is there to say that hasn't been said about Sonic the Hedgehog already? I mean, I guess
Well,
in its barest
let,
forms. What?
no, no, I was gonna say like the best thing about it at the minute is its Twitter account,
Yeah.
when it also dissed that my number nine, which was kind of unprofessional but also really funny. Do you see that tweet? I think I sent it to you guys.
I think I saw. Yeah, I did.
And
Yeah.
it's like, it's better than nothing. It's that Sonic picture. It's like, okay, like, right, okay.
That guy has
um,
single that whoever runs or whatever group of people run that Twitter account, they have single-handedly made Sonic relevant on the internet.
yeah, definitely.
Like,
No, Sonic is like, I don't really know to be honest. Like 25 years on, like kind of most times when you celebrate a landmark like that, a franchise and like or character is kicking well.
yeah,
Sonic is not really in a good state at the minute.
no.
Uh, like maybe one or two more games when it's bad, it'll probably kill it off completely.
I
Uh,
mean, he's been limping, man, for like the
See,
past 15 years.
the thing is, not, it's not a problem of making a bad Sonic game
Hmm.
because, like, I've used this example a million times. But like, if like, because I've used it with Capcom, like, if they went to first party with Sony,
Hmm.
or like they were the publisher and they had and Sony licensed off first party studios to make those games for PlayStation, they'd work well because I could imagine a game made by Media Molecule or like, um, who else am I thinking now? Like just generally, like one of the small, one of the bigger developers in
Right.
their arsenal could make a very good game. Obviously, not Quantic Dream making a fucking Sonic game, but they have very good studios and talent studios who can make it, and there's still a market out there for Sonic. There definitely
Yeah.
is. Like, there's no doubt about it. But the problem is they're making really obscure and no nonsense titles where people are like, "What?" And it's like,
Well,
"What?" Like,
they're kind of like they announced at E3 that he's going to be a playable character in Lego Dimensions. So that's
yeah,
very
well,
interesting that they're
well,
going that route.
there's a Sonic game coming out next year. There's already
Yeah, right. That they
um,
announced it on the actual anniversary. No
yeah,
details yet, but yeah, we're gonna get a brand new game in the
yeah,
main
and
series.
it's not really falls on for fucking Sonic Boom, which was a disaster.
Yeah, no.
Like, but there are problems with Sonic. But it's not. Is it lost hope? No. Like you can do any fucking hero can be bought back. Pac-Man can be bought back for Christ's sake. Pac-Man's not relevant anymore. But they still made pretty decent Pac-Man games
Yeah,
post 1980s, like late 90s. Like there's still some pretty decent ones out there. Mario's still relevant, and he is on the fucking height of like. It's not like basically it's more like the fact that like Mario's not relevant. It's more the fact that he didn't fade into existence. He's just still there, and he's an icon.
yeah,
And it's kind of like they put him in the background when they're making good games like Galaxy and like stuff like that. And it's kind of like just keeping him going and chugging the train along. But then they also make the shit games, which doesn't really matter, like Mario Party and shit like that.
yeah,
So it's not like damaging the reputation. Basically, the thing is, with fucking Sonic, they're making bad games all the way through, and it's like what?
yeah.
But it's like,
Mario, like the thing. You're right. Mario, they do release shit games here and there. Like there's been ton of Mario Party games that have
yeah,
sucked ass. But at the same time, you're right. Every time a main console series entry of Mario comes out, it's always been good. Like they've
yeah.
never made a bad Mario game in that. Like I mean, you could argue Super Mario Brothers 2 was kind of weird, but that wasn't really that was Doki Doki Panic. But like the whole like a traditional Mario game, it's always been great since like the first game.
Yeah, like I mean, it's one of those where like Sonic has had a game in a long time. I mean, like you just see the fucking problems when you look at a game like Sonic 2000, like just plagued with like a million issues where you don't even. I remember buying that game. I was really excited for it, and then I played it about 5 minutes and traded it in because I was like, "This is fucking ridiculous."
Which
Then
one?
watching the Sonic 2006,
Oh my god, yeah. Holy crap. That
and
game was
I
like
watched and I watched the kiss of like between a hedgehog and a woman. I'm like, well, fair enough. Um,
bestiality. What is this, Sega?
I was like, yes, I'll be literally letting themselves down with that kind of like approval system.
Should have been A
Um,
for adult. God damn it. Like,
Yeah,
what
but
is
it's kind
this?
of like it's like when they made like Shadow the Hedgehog as well. He's a cool character, and they give him a gun. I'm like, what's the point? He's a supernatural fucking hedgehog who uses Chaos Emeralds as his power. I'm like, and he has a gun. I'm like,
That
what?
game was so bad.
It's
Yeah,
like
Shadow
Mario
the
fucking
Hedgehog.
eats mushrooms, and if that's a metaphor for him fucking eating mushrooms, fair enough. But like, he eats mushrooms, grows big. He can fly when he puts on a different ability. He can shoot fireballs. Yet if they give him a gun, it's like, what? Like, why has Mario got a gun? Like he's a fucking Italian plumber. Uh, with like fucking powers like beyond having a gun. It's like you give him a gun. Well, that's
Yeah.
not the only problem with like Shadow the Hedgehog. The stories haven't been relevant. They kind of like strayed away from being cartoonish, and they went back to being cartoonish. It was like never really found a place for Sonic. When the fucking Dreamcast tumbled, so did Sonic. And
Yeah.
it's kind of thing where it's like there's easily a place for it. Like for example, like if you look at other games that we have, like iconic ones, like Crash Bandicoot's still relevant.
Hmm.
And I think Crash Bandicoot could make a big surprise return depending on the success of the remasters. If it sells well, they might make Activision kind of thing like, you know what, maybe there's a market for it. And it could still make it back. You could easily, like, squeaky clean the graphics up, turn it into like a proper platform. That genre is not dead. That's the thing,
Yeah.
like it's still relevant. Mega Man could make existence. The problem is it's just having the right person to develop them. And in the
Hmm.
hands of Sega, it's kind of like it's catastrophe because there's no safe checks. It's like, yeah, the game's out there, you go have it. And it's like, oh well, Sonic Boom got 5, and it's digging reputation even more into the dirt.
Yeah. It's dude, Sonic has like to kind of piggyback off of what you're saying, Sonic the Hedgehog yeah, since the Dreamcast, I would agree it's definitely tumbled. Prior to Dreamcast, it was doing fairly well. The 2D games were excellent. They were great. I mean, Sonic 3 and Knuckles is one of my favorite video games of all time. And
Yeah,
then Sonic Adventure I thought was pretty good too, and Sonic Jam is an excellent compilation game. But yeah, after Sonic Adventure 2, when they released Sonic Heroes, and that was multiplat, to me, that's where it kind of began. Sonic '06 was so bad. That game was so fucking bad that it really rumbled things. Like that was to me the first real bad Sonic game was Sonic the Hedgehog
yeah.
'06. For ironically the 15-year anniversary. That was 10 years ago. And since then he really hasn't recovered. Like Sonic Unleashed kind of sucked. Sonic Colors was pretty good. The problem is no one bought it. It was on the Wii. It was a really good game. I thought so. Not too many people picked it up. Sonic Generations back in 2011 for the 20th anniversary. That game was excellent. Like that's my favorite 3D Sonic game is Sonic Generations. That game is just so fucking good on so many levels. And then what did they do? They fucked up again. Sonic Lost World came out, and that was pretty bad too. And now Sonic Boom, which good lord, like that ruined its reputation. Um, dude. I think at this point, Sega, they have a lot of stuff planned. They're gonna make they're I think they realize they've hit rock bottom, and they're trying to like really resurrect Sonic in so many ways. The Twitter account was a great first start. Like that account is so funny. If you guys are not like following it, follow them on Twitter. Like that account is hilarious. And they did the Sonic Boom TV show is actually pretty good. Like the show is actually quite funny and cute for what it is, and that kind of brought relevance to it. And they're working on a theatrical film that's going to be coming out in 2018. Sony Pictures is co-producing it, so they're trying to bring back Sonic. And the key now is all these things that are coming out. Will they be good or not? Like, will the movie be good? Will it be a piece of shit? Like how the Mario Brothers was. Will it be how is everything gonna be? The game that comes out next year, they've been very secretive about that. Apparently it's been in development, I think, since Sonic Lost World, and it wasn't the same team that did Sonic Boom. It was Sonic Team. How's
Yeah.
that game gonna turn out? So Sonic's at a really odd point 25 years into its lifespan. where you're right, there is a huge chance for it to come back up. There's always a huge chance. Like Crash Bandicoot, so many people got excited about that remaster announcement, and like you said, if it does well, Crash could come back. So there's always a chance for anyone to come back. Mario is really the only platformer I think that's been successful. Like there hasn't been one bad Mario game, I think, like core platforming Mario game to date that I could think of. So yeah, man, we'll have to see what happens. I mean, for now, I recognize 25 years of there's been some frustrations, but I also have to recognize, like, dude, I mean, shit, I'm old enough. Wow, this makes me feel old, but I'm old enough that I do remember 25 years ago getting Sonic the Hedgehog for Sega
Mhm.
Genesis. I was, oh God, I was 4 years old. And no, wait, was I four? Yeah, I was 4 years old. And that was, oh, dude, that game was so cool. Like they used to play Sonic the Hedgehog on this TV show called Nick Arcade. It was a Nickelodeon show where they would show like games that were out on consoles. And I remember every time they'd show Sonic, I would be like, God, I want that so badly. Fuck, because I had an NES at the time. That was the only console I had, and I'm like, my NES can't do this. Like, look how fast he's going, and he's blue and shit. And there's so many colors. So like that game is one of the games that like led me to getting. Actually, it is the game that led me to getting a Sega Genesis 25 years ago. Wow, that's crazy.
Damn.
So, yeah, man. Sonic the Hedgehog, son. Good stuff, man. Also, I have to call out Sonic has had a ongoing comic book series called Sonic the Hedgehog that has been out for it started publication 1992. So a year
Really?
after, yeah, and it's still going on right now. Like it's still happening. It's from Archie
Hmm.
Comics Publishing. Yeah, so it's still doing very well. Like that's been around for almost 20 next year it'll be 25 years for that. That'll celebrate 25 years in itself. Um it's that kind of kept it relevant for a while. So that's really interesting. But
Yeah.
anyway, dude, I've kind of like said all I need to say of Sonic. Any I kind of went on a rant there. Any final thoughts on 25 years
No,
of Sonic?
I think I'm good.
All right, and if you guys have any Sonic stories, of course, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear about it. Or on our Twitter account, you could join us there. Facebook account, of course. But all right, guys, I think that concludes this week's episode of the Gamer Headline Show. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, which I just mentioned, at TGH Show, and like our Facebook page, The Gamer Headline Show, for up-to-date episodes from Gamer Headlines' official podcast. Additionally, The Gamer Headline Show can be found on Podbean, Stitcher, iTunes, YouTube, and of course, right here at GamerHeadlines.com. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you next week.
See you later.